How's everyone come back, Sammy, from a pretty difficult 2-week slog over in Africa?
I think we travelled pretty well. Got back most of the group early Tuesday morning, and then just enjoyed some nice downtime at home. Tipped the body over with a wee bit of training, but it's nice to come back into camp on Sunday.
Did that Ellis Park performance feel like a bit of a statement for this group and almost the standard for this group going forward?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've been saying for a couple of weeks that we've been improving, and then I think we took a significant step in terms of improvement in that game. So yeah, it's something that a performance that we're proud of for sure. But it's just the start of where we want to get to and how we want to get better.
Has it galvanized this team, the 2 weeks away, maybe the noise around the team and everything like that? You've spoken about how close the group was, but now that you're back home and maybe looking back on it, has it all kind of galvanized this group and made you closer in a way?
I'd say so. It certainly helped. I think maybe we took for granted going to South Africa twice a year for so many years, so it was nice to get back and spend some time in South Africa and some close time as a group. I mean, the facilities where we were at allowed us to spend a heck of a lot of time together, and we put a heck of a lot of work in during that time, and through that we saw some massive shifts. So our challenge is to continue making those shifts.
It's been a pretty tumultuous couple of weeks or longer for the team. How do you reflect on
tumultuous? Yeah. I think I'm proud of how we stuck tight and focused on what's important, and we just kept chipping away at our work, and so nothing really changes. I mean, it's nice to have some certainty going forward around coaching, etc. But in terms of like our training week and what we want to achieve on the field, nothing changes. And it's just it's pretty exciting, to be fair, to be back in Christchurch after I think 6 years since we had a test match here. It's been a long time, and and to be playing an Argentinian side that's coming off some pretty impressive performance last 2 weekends ago. We're excited for this one.
What do you expect about Argentina, and what are your memories playing against Pumas?
Yeah, look, I've played the Pumas a fair few times. I reckon they're one of the best defensive sides in the world when they get it right. They're very hard to attack against. They can cause us trouble at the breakdown. And if we don't kick well, we have a good chase line. They can spread the ball really well. Got some exciting backs with exceptional footwork. We've been doing our homework on them for sure. It's going to be a massive test.
Do you expect a few fireworks from Argentina under Michael Cheika? Do you expect a different Pumas side led by him, do you think?
Look, I think one thing we know of the Pumas is that that they're going to show up with plenty of passion, play with plenty of emotion and throw everything at you. So, we're aware of that. We come out and make sure we match that in terms of the physicality and intensity, if not more, to start the game and make sure. I think a few years ago we got sort of dragged into sort of a little bit off the ball stuff, and it's important that we stay task focused.
Joe Schmidt back on the grass? Joe Schmidt back on the grass. Much change there, and what's his input been so far? Yeah,
look, we got a little bit of a insight into Joe and got to know him a wee bit that first week against the Irish. So to have him in camp full time is a real privilege. We're excited to work with him. He's already stamped his mark in a couple of areas. He'll be predominantly looking after attack and attack structure. So we've had a few sessions in the classroom with him already, and it's good to have him on field.
Sam, how important are the top 2 inches, particularly this last couple of weeks where it has been hard off the field? How important is that, the mental side of the game?
Yeah, pretty big. Huge. It's I suppose the importance is to be able to control your attention and your focus and not let it stray into things that you can't control or aren't important, and sometimes that's easier said than done. But look, when we're together as a group and we've got a weekly structure and we've consistently got the mindset of trying to improve, then you can put all your effort and energy into that. It sort of doesn't allow too much time to think about what ifs or all that stuff you can't control, and we got that right a couple of weeks ago, and we've just got to make sure we stick with that.
You personally copped a lot of heat. How did you, remain focused on rugby and not allow yourself to get bogged down in that?
pretty much like exactly how I said before. I was extremely determined to make sure I could do everything within my power to make sure we put out a performance that we could be proud of. And when you're doing that, you don't have too much time or allow yourself to think about too much other things. I suppose it's a mental skill in itself to be able to block out a lot of things. But yeah, we're just determined and hungry to play well.
You now have baby Hudson too. Does that give you a bit of perspective, particularly when you're home?
Yeah, for sure. I used to get greeted by a bit of excitement from the dog when I got home, but now see wee Hudson smiling as soon as he wakes up is pretty special. It makes going away a wee bit harder, but it's awesome.
Just on that note, before seeing the big result in Ellis Park, is it almost more of a relief or more enjoyable coming to work, given that that pressure valve has been taken off?
No, I don't think so. It didn't change too much in terms of that. I think it's always enjoyable coming to work. It's a privilege to be in this team and preparing to play test matches and represent our country. So that doesn't change. And then, I mean, it's one performance, isn't it? So just because we got that one right, it doesn't guarantee we're going to get this one right. So there's plenty of work to go in this week as well. It's just, like I said, for us it feels like it's just the start of where we want to get to, but it's a good stepping stone.
It's fairly heavily strapped knee, Sam. How's your body holding up?
No, it's exactly the same strapping as it has been for since the Crusaders semi-final. So the rest of the body's actually holding up really well. So it's actually just precautionary, really. I don't want to tweak it again, so better to strap it than not strap it and be sorry.
Sam, can you sort of summarise Ian's message to the team, the first one in Christchurch, after obviously having his role confirmed? I know there's been frustration among the senior guys in the team previously about Ian, potentially not being backed enough. But I mean, can you sort of summarise and talk a bit more about that?
Look, Fozzie was just himself pretty much when he came in on Sunday, addressed the team. We looked at a bit of a review and things we learnt from that last South African game, so we can take that on board and move forward. But he addressed that it had been sort of a challenging few weeks, but we're where we are, and let's just get back to work, really. Yeah, so it wasn't anything special.
Sam, do you surprised with the performance of Argentina against Australia? 48 points.
Yeah, I think I remember we walked out of Ellis Park and there was a TV on as we were walking out, and I saw it was 14-0. I think the time was about 6 or 7 minutes. I was trying to see if the clock was 6 or 7 minutes into the second half, but they started extremely well and managed to just keep it on the whole game. So I don't know, I wouldn't say I was surprised, because over the last few years since we've been playing them consistently, we got to know their players and their style, and they've just got so many quality players in their side now. So it wasn't a real surprise. I suppose it was a bit of the complete opposite to the week before, with a real change. But I think that shows when Geordie talked about the top 2 inches in sport, the challenge of playing the same team twice in 2 weeks.
Like Pablo Materi's quite a special guy here these days. What are you sort of expecting from him, and what are his qualities?
Yeah, I anticipate he'll be looking forward to this one. A bit of almost second homecoming, I suppose. I don't know. He's a special player. He's a heck of an athlete. He's pretty much got it all in terms of a loose forward, and he's sort of, although he's not their captain anymore, he's a bit of a spiritual leader, or the leader within their squad. So he's consistently played probably some of his best footy against the All Blacks. So we'll be doing our best to stop him.